Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice.
Hey, toy fans, welcome to our Toy Addictions, your source for what was then, what's now, and what's about to be in the world of toys. From Backbone to Valverse, we talk about it all. There's lots to talk about in our conference of Toy Joy, so without further ado, let's talk little plastic people and things. I'm Matt, producer of this trip down the Toys rabbit hole. To my right, your host and that wacky lover of all things, Bobby Dalla, Aaron of 6-inch. And across the table, your favorite seller of everything, Scalpor. Let's hit it.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Good morning.
It's not every day you get to flash your 6 inches to the masses.
Oh, he's right off the fucking gate with the zingers.
Yep.
Winston Zeddemore. That's all I'm going to say about that.
What?
You'll
when
hear.
when did we meet him?
We will.
I
soon.
know who that is.
I know. We're going to have a special guest down here in about 20 minutes.
You got Ernie Hudson to come out to Joliet?
No. Yes.
Ernie
No.
Hudson.
Oh,
God. We are
Hey,
our
was in
Toy
my-
Addictions. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Amazon Music, and you can also find us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Hit that like button. Send us a comment. Tell us what you think. What's going on? Tell your friends. Tell them we need subscribers. We gotta get enough subscribers to start doing some live streaming on YouTube. So help us out. Tell people. Let them know we need subscribers. Turn them on to us. You can also find us on Facebook and occasionally a thing or two on Instagram. But get in there. Toy news coming up. Midwest Collectibles is going to have some things going on at their store, 320 North Independence Boulevard in Romeoville. That is correct address, right?
Mm-hmm.
September 15th, from 4 to 8 p.m., Kathleen Sutherland and Nakia Baris of Power Rangers fame, one being the pink, one being the yellow, of Power Rangers Neo and Turbo will be there signing autographs, taking pictures, talking with customers and all kinds of things. And they were, according to their little blurb there on the TikTok or the Instagram, whichever one it is, they will be there until everybody's done. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a cool thing. You need more information, contact Richie at Midwest Collectibles. We also got another Richie thing coming up, Romeo Con. That will be sponsored by Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture Collectibles.
Yep.
Go see Mike. Good guy. Where's he at?
Wheaton. No.
Countryside.
No. God damn it.
I am having a real zinger.
Westmont.
Westmont.
It's close enough
Sorry,
to Countryside.
sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Jeez.
Didn't mean to diss you like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Zinger really set this
I'm going
off.
to catch so much shit when I see him in a week or so.
Damn.
Anyway, that's going to be sponsored by Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture Collectibles, along with Disc Replay of Orland Park and Downers Grove and Naperville, if I remember correctly. It's going to be a huge show, people. 250 exhibitors, Artist Alley, which I believe his son Chris will be a part of. Check him out. That kid is one hell of an artist.
Can't imagine he wouldn't be.
6 anime meet and greets so far that I know of. Art Baltazar signing and meeting with fans. He's known for some self-publishings he's done. He's worked with DC and Dark Horse. The guy's got a list a mile long of stuff that he's worked with. So it's going to be a 2-day affair. Adults on Saturday only. Kids will be able to join on Sunday. Under 5 will be free. Vets will be free with an ID. There will be a cosplay contest. If you would like more information on this, contact Richie at Midwest Collectibles. If you want to get a booth, contact Richie. If you want to know anything else about a Romeo Con, contact Richie at Midwest Collectibles. He will be more than happy to oblige.
Yep.
Unfortunate news, David Lodge, the signings and the group meet and greet, he had to cancel because of health issues. I don't have the dates written down like a dummy, but anybody that did have any kind of a ticket for that, talk to Richie.
Like next, I feel like it was end of August, like 26th.
I want to say it was end of August, yeah. But more information on that, talk to Richie, Midwest Collectibles. I think he was offering a refund on it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. You can also find out more information through his Facebook page, through Richie's Facebook page. He does a lot of live streams on this kind of stuff. So we also more Toy Con news. God, I can't talk today. More Toy Con news. We got the Toy Con Toy Show coming up. It's going to be a 2-show weekend. September 9th will be the night show, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Be a $7 special for date night. The two of you can get in for $7, or you can do both days for $7 as special. The Sunday morning show will be 8:30 to 2 p.m. There'll be an 8 a.m. early bird. There's guys in there to put out their heavy hitters early, so get there early. That'll be it's actually pretty cheap, I think, for an early bird, $7. It's a good show. Check out Toy Con. Need any information? Go ahead and contact Terry at toycontoyshow.com. This will be different vendors both nights. So if you want to get that 2-day pass, go ahead and grab it. It's going to be hard on your wallet, but it's usually a pretty good show. And they usually got the night shows are usually really, really solid.
Well, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Incentive,
yes. Anyway, that'll be at the Bridgeview Community Center, 7900 South Oquito Avenue in Bridgeview.
Yep.
Like I said, more information, www.toycontoyshows.com. Oh, we got the Chicago Toy Show coming up in October, too. I'll have dates for that later.
Yes. Excited about that one.
.com.
Yes, that's going to be, that's my show of the year, man.
Yeah.
The October
Well,
show
I'm
is my
excited
show
for
of the
that.
year. Yes.
I know I'm going to be buying a toy at that show.
I'm hoping that I can have money in my pocket to go.
I know specifically what toy I'm buying at that show and who I'm buying it from, and I probably just need to get in the gate first thing, go right to that booth, and I can walk from there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to have to find things to sell, I think.
Think Matt Salinger's going to come back this year?
Maybe. You probably scared him out of that show
So
forever.
you probably scared him off.
That's for our P1 listeners.
I don't want to see that Aaron guy ever again.
We talked about that in the previous iteration of this podcast, which
Yes.
someday I hope to repost again, because I still
Yes,
have
we
all the episodes.
Yes, we did.
Those are some fun times.
Yes. Well, we got a couple topics we want to touch on.
Once again, I am rescinding hosting duties to Ron again this week.
Because I'm that fucking good.
Well, there's that. Headache and all. Ron and I are working on little sleep today.
Yes, we are. Because last night we went to the world famous Wheaton, Illinois all-night flea market. And when they say all night, they're not joking. It ends at 1 a.m.
No.
They were packing up at 11:30.
That's because the vendors were closing at 11. I think it's open till 2.
No, it's at 1 o'clock. They used to be 3.
Okay. It used to be 3.
It used to be 3, and
it
then
was 1 o'clock this year.
I
Yeah.
think COVID ruined it. I don't know. But now it's 1 o'clock, and then vendors were literally packing up by midnight.
They were.
So, whatever. You don't want to sell, I don't want to give you my money. So, piss off. But it was fun. Last year, Matt and I went, and it wasn't as crazy busy as it was this year. Last year, we were able to walk around. We could comfortably walk around the show for about 3 hours, see everything, and then still have time to go look at other stuff. Mm-hmm. Last night, we were there for 5 hours, and we were doing quantity instead of quality.
No. We got there at like 8:30.
Yeah.
By the time we got in, it was 8:45. We were done at
12:30. 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were about 4 hours. And we were doing quantity. We were like walking by tables without even like looking.
We
We were skimming.
There was, we were basically looking for tables with toys, and then we would go and kind of skim those toys a little bit.
Yeah.
We
we didn't look through bins. We didn't look through totes halfway through. We're like,
No.
all right, we know what you have. You're not what we're looking for. What is this?
I
And if it's
did-
something that caught your
yeah.
eye, we walked in, we looked, we chit chatted, we got the hell out of there.
There was the one dude that I looked through all of his
Mm-hmm.
bins of like McFarlane's. I'm looking to get some like Mariners stuff for my son, who's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
Mariners fan.
Yeah.
And I found like one little tiny baseball helmet, but I didn't know. I swear to God, like whoever's booth that was, he owned like all of those 20 tables in that
Yeah.
back row. And I couldn't even find a guy. And I'm like, do I just leave $3 under the Titans helmet and take this? Or there's no way the guy was charging more than like $1 or $2 for that
Yeah.
helmet. But
Yeah.
it was pretty neat. It was a neat little baseball helmet. It actually had like padding on the inside.
Pretty sweet.
So it would have been a nice little collectible for him. But I'm like, I want to find him like an Ichiro or maybe like a King Felix if I can find one at a toy show. So
No, it was a good show. It was. We have a bad story about it. What we found a vendor at the end of the night, and we had to break some bad news to him, and he was quite pissed.
yeah,
He,
I felt bad, but I mean, better that he finds out now than unloading his stuff when he gets back to the shop and realizes that something's gone.
So, obviously Hulk. I bought a
Yeah.
couple Hulk pieces.
Wait, hang on. Let me hit him with a surprise really quick. He saw Hulk stuff and he stopped to look at it.
Holy shit!
Right?
Really?
Am I right? It's like Kevin McAllister all over again.
But you were there for Bozo. Didn't want to bring the pop in. I forced you to bring it in because I had.
No,
and that
no,
was probably the
I
best
made you-
single transaction that you ever had with a human. Because you were like literally
was
crying after.
It was-
you were bawling.
It was anti-Matt Salinger.
That is, I mean, that I'm not a pop nut, and that is a cool piece,
Yes.
man. Now, I mean, now that it's got the signature on it, that's cool.
So
So you had the pop.
and
I had to pop.
from
Yeah, I was
the
just
years,
sitting
from-
here. Yeah.
and he bilked him on a card. He got a whole.
But I got a
$20 out of
picture of that, and maybe we can post that. I can post that to the Facebook page.
That's cool, though. I mean, Bozo, that's a huge piece of
I started talking to
of
the
our,
guy,
of our
and
childhood.
it
Joey
transported me
Navarro.
back because he still sounds like he did on the show.
He did. You
Still
could
sounds
tell
like
when
he
he
did on
was
the show.
when he projects his voice that nasal
Yeah.
was there, but when he projects, you could tell that's Bozo.
Now I will say this: like when you look at the picture, like I'm not a big guy person. I'm 6 feet tall. He was a lot shorter than I thought he would be, and I was like, "How small was Cookie?" Because Cookie was
Cookie
a lot
was
shorter
much
than
shorter.
Bozo.
He was
And
really
Wizzo,
short.
Wizzo was
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like
I think they had to stand off. Like they were talking to each other, but Cookie was like 6 feet in front of the
maybe
camera.
maybe
in front
they
of us
pulled
so they
some
can,
of those shenanigans. But I mean, like
I've
honestly, watching the show, I thought Bozo was like 6'5". I mean, he was just this giant of a man.
Yeah.
Super nice guy, but I thought I was going to be looking up at him, and I was looking down at him. But yeah, I don't know how they did that with the show. I don't know if they boosted him up in the shoes a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was shorter than I expected. But super, super nice guy. Super nice guy.
Who was that? The magician that played Wizzo? There was Marshall Brodeen, Mitchell
No.
Brodeen.
No, his name was. We thought it was odd.
It was like Joey Wazan or
was
something
on.
like
Joey
that.
was on.
Okay,
It was Wizzo was that which is a weird name. It's just like very ironic that his last name was Wiz.
okay. Because I thought somebody said
Wiz
that
Khalifa?
Brodeen guy played him for a couple of years, but I'm not sure.
He might have.
No, we were standing there, and I even though this was Aaron's moment, I shook his hand and I said thank you for the memories. I wasn't geeking out.
Oh, no. We were there
it was
together, man.
It was like I just thought 84 to 2001, 2006,
2002.
2002. Still, he was the Bozo I actually was watching. Now
Yeah.
Bob Bell is yours, Matt, but Joey was mine,
Yeah.
and like wow, this guy actually brought me joy in my day
Oh, yeah.
and got me to enjoy Archway cookies. And
That was a funny conversation you had with him about the Archway cookies.
you're telling me that. Oh, that was hilarious. That made
That
me
was-
I
laugh.
like how
That
many
was
times
good.
does someone ask you gotta these celebrities, if you call them celebrities, local or nationwide or worldwide, however you want to look at it, you gotta come up with one thing to talk about because they talk to everybody about everything. Or how was Cookie? Or no, how many Archway cookies did you honestly eat in your lifetime? Because you handed a pack out to every damn kid that walked in that door.
I don't think I've ever had an Archway.
They're disgusting.
He smiled really big and he goes, there's a story about
He was
that."
like, none really, not
Yeah.
too many.
He's like, he goes, in my whole life, none. I was like, damn, that's a man who had scruples.
Yeah. No, it was.
But his wife got upset because he would always bring them home because every day they got a new batch. And he would bring some home to the kids, and his wife was like, "If you bring home one more box of cookies,
You're out.
Oh my God.
You're out. It was awesome. It was a
imagine
really
how many
good,
cookies are
you know, just seeing someone that you actually watched. You see voice actors, you see artists. You're like, okay, I don't see a face. I don't see your face on your artwork, but you saw his face on your screen while you were watching as a child,
That's
and that was cool. That was like a moment, like,
Yeah.
wow,
That-
okay.
The Bozo show, believe it or not, is what introduced me to Transformers.
Very odd.
Yeah, because the Transformers were first on the Bozo show.
I remember that.
Really?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yeah, they
Yep.
did like a little cartoon segment for like 10 minutes.
They would take the half-hour cartoon and they would break it up into like 6-minute segments, and they would play a piece of it each day of the week at a certain time. And I got lucky, and it was usually a few minutes before I left for school in the morning.
Oh,
And
okay.
I would get lucky, and if I was lucky enough, I would catch it.
Interesting. But
Yeah.
that was Bob Bell.
That was Bob Bell. Yes.
Yeah.
This is an interesting little piece here. Just quick read. Marshall Brodeen did play Wizzo the Wizard.
Oh, he did.
Brodeen, who had been semi-regular appearances performing magic tricks as himself on Bozo Circus in 1962,
Oh.
began appearing as the wizard character in an Arabian Nights-inspired costume in 1968 and evolved into Wizzo the Wizard
Oh.
by the early 1970s. He was billed as being from Arabia and possessed the magical stone of Zanzibar. According to Brodeen, the first time he touched Bozo, Bob Bell, with the stone, Bozo quipped, "I remember when you got stoned at Zanzibar."
Nice.
You remember with the little said doody doody doody
And he would-
doody.
yep.
Yep.
I'm
That's a-
stoned at Zanzibar.
That's a nice little Bozo trivia.
That's awesome.
That's Bozo trivia for you.
That's awesome. What was the dog's name?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Slappy.
Slippy, Slappy, Swimmy, Swami,
Oh,
Swami.
God, I don't
Maybe it's on the
know.
briefcase. Samsonite. I was way off.
Samson.
Not Shaggy. No. Damn it.
Wasn't it the same dog that was on the Ray Rayner show?
It might have been. Because I know they're connected.
It was Cuddles or something like that.
Dudley. Cuddly Dudley.
Dudley.
Cuddly Dudley.
Cuddly Dudley.
Yeah,
Yep.
wow. Look at this guy.
Look. No. So yeah. So the show was fun. $10 to get in. Vendors for days. Last year, my assumption it was like 75 toys, 25 just random stuff. This year is probably a solid 50-50, 60-40 toys to stuff. So there's a lot more flea market garage sale type items.
Almost sounds like it would have been worth the pain of my sciatica to deal with.
It would have been fun.
I don't know. I want
to go
was
earlier
pretty
now.
Stiff last night.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I want to go earlier if it's going to be this big. I know their Halloween show is pretty big in October.
Oh, I didn't know they did another one.
Yeah, they do. They do one till like midnight, and like October 28th. It's a Halloween, so it's all the guests are like horror type guests, and it's toys and it's all kinds of stuff. People dress up. This one might be fun. This is more cosplay than it is. It's October 28th from like 3 to midnight.
So it would. So I think the toy show's on the 28th. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. So you go to that and then you come out here, so you could get your legs and knees all
That'd
jacked.
That'd be a.
I need 3 days to rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, that'll beat the crap out of you.
No, but we saw some good stuff. We picked up a couple nice little pickups. Aaron got another G.I. Joe surprise.
Yeah. No, I picked up from Charlie.
No, he was looking for GI Joe. My God.
Actually, I was
You weren't
looking.
looking.
Actually, I was looking for Ghost from Super 7 Ultimates, but
Oh,
nobody had him there.
Here. This is gonna be fun when you watch us go to toy shows now. Unless we don't get them off of eBay or like pre-ordered,
Yeah.
Aaron and I now have to fight over Super
Ghosts.
7s. So when we're walking, you'll see some of us, like one of us will walk further forward, or
My God.
so
you
as soon as you see it, we'll see where you're buying it.
It's so funny. You guys went from fucking hating the shit out of Super 7. Now you're
Now we're like, hated it. I never hated it. I just couldn't see putting $50 into a figure that I should have been able to get.
Oh
for
my God.
$25.
You could literally hear hatred in your voice when you talk about
That's
Super
awesome.
7.
That's awesome. Hey, again,
The Chicago Toy Show is October 27th.
Oh, okay.
October 22nd.
22. Oh, so it's the week before.
Holy crap!
One of these days.
So yeah, again, they had a ton of Funko dealers, and that's where I'm going to segment into Funko, because Funko's going through some crazy stuff right now.
Hang on. Give me 1 second, dude,
Okay.
before we get out of here. What are you doing? Just
click on it.
come on. There we go. No, I don't want the preview, though.
And then you take the preview and you zip it open.
I just need to get to one friggin' picture. Here we go.
Here we go.
So here we go. So here's me and Joey last night, Bozo the Clown.
You were arguing. First of all,
he is a lot shorter than I thought.
he is. You were arguing with me. That's the voiceover. I'm like, it's fucking Bozo. That's that's the voiceover guy. I'm like, voiceover for who?
I thought he was the voiceover guy for the show. And I thought the guy dressed as the vampire there, who was apparently just a shopper, was Bozo.
He's actually with a horror company.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, so he's the big guy for the
He's
horror
with
show.
a horror company?
A horror.
Is that a pimp? So now, the thing is, so just to the left of Joey's booth, I think you pronounce it Dioria, right?
Yeah.
Diaria.
Just to the left of him was the girl who played Veruca Salt and the guy who played Mike TV from Willy Wonka. But I didn't care to talk to them. Gene Wilder,
Veruca Salt. I'd love to meet her. She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I sent
that is awesome though.
I sent this picture to my brother, and the first text he sends me back is, "Cool. Are those copper fits on your knees?" I'm like, yes.
That sounds like your brother, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So
So observant.
So glad I wore my Ghost T-shirt to take a picture with Bozo the Clown.
Clowns. Everybody wears face paint. I see what
But,
you tried to do there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So yeah. So that's me and Bozo. Good guy.
That's kick ass though. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
No, it was an experience. I liked it. Not like
had
Matt
that-
Selinger. You didn't like this guy.
Like I
damn
said,
Bozo guy. This Bozo over here.
That guy.
This
got
guy
huge.
was the worst fucking clown in the
He
history
got
of clowns.
so pissed. You could see that. You could see the fucking fire in his eyes, man. Holy crap!
Yeah.
That dude was so pissed.
Well, you know,
It happens.
don't
suck.
you know? Yeah. Takes,
If he
takes some more
could
creative
have
license.
jumped up from behind that table and killed it, he killed Aaron. I think he would have done it.
I would assume that one of the thoughts in his head was, "But I'll lose my payday if I get out of this table."
Yeah. I can't be an asshole. I'm gonna lose the $500 I'm making from it.
So that's going to transition me into, and this is not confirmed. This is a lot of rumors going around. Some of the numbers are confirmed, but the future of Funko is like, it's up in arms right now. So we knew Funko had their first quarter was kind of like subpar. They were in the 60 million in the red. Now, from what they're saying is this quarter, they're down 73 million additionally. And from what I heard from the Rumorville is that the CEO took a leave. Yeah. Kind of odd.
That's a little weird.
Now, that they're hemorrhaging money. And why would you think they're hemorrhaging money? Because they have every license under the sun and they produce every character under every license. And it's like they're so
And not
watered
every
down.
license is very popular.
No.
Well, I think that's part of it. I think the other part of it is they Krispy Kremed themselves.
Meaning?
They go way too much shit
way
out
too
there.
much going on. And they
Stick
can't,
with
yeah.
the pops, but you got like the soda cans. You've got like other
The
versions
3 liters.
of them now. Well, not just the 3 liter, but you got the pops.
Yeah.
You've got the soda cans. There's another version of figures they have out. They're dipping their toes in board games.
Yes.
They got way too much stuff out there.
My God, they got a clothing line for crying
Yeah,
out loud.
They do.
But you know what? Even that, just stick with the clothes. Like stick with your
Stick with-
T-shirts. Stick with your pops.
Have a nice day.
Just stick with your pops. You know, like the soda can stuff is
cool, but
already as
it's-
ridiculous to find shit as it is the pops.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
Well, no,
I
then they
just-
have 3 liters too, which are like 4 times the size of Pops.
Well, that's just like the jumbo pops though.
Yeah,
It-
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still part
Oh,
of that
I see,
line.
I see what you're saying.
It's still part of that line, but but that's the point. Is it's another line.
So
Like,
you have all the licensing, but you don't have to make all of the products. Just make your bobbleheads and make your vinyl figures.
Right.
And have a nice day. And
But-
stick with what you know.
But that could be part of the business part of it. Why do you have the soda can stuff? Because you have so many lines, you got to give people more reasons to collect more stuff.
Because I'm going to
There's-
get complaining when I get my Motus, and I'm like, well, they don't have Cobra Khan, but they have. So they have to make everybody's going to be upset. When you make Happy Days, you don't need 15 characters. Just make the Fonz and Ralph, or Fonz and Richie. Have a nice day. You don't need Joni and Chachi and Ralph and Potsy and Mom and Dad and
Well, if they're not making Potsy, I'm out.
who's
Al from the burger place.
from the burger place. But who was
one-
his replacement?
Oh, it's Pat Morita. Not yeah,
Yeah, it's Pat Morita.
but I can't remember who he was. Charlie or something like that. No.
Yeah,
Wow,
he had like a
that's-
very American name.
But you don't need 15 for each line. You don't need it.
No.
You don't.
No.
I mean, it's ridiculous that I
Stick-
have
stick-
77 hook pops.
Stick with your core
Well,
characters that you know that'll sell.
It makes you wonder though. So like let's say Ted Lasso, right?
Yeah.
Do you just get the license for Ted Lasso and all characters within, or do you have to pay for every character?
I think you have to go to Apple and say, I want to make these figures. And they say, okay, it's this much. And then you could have
So
free
if that-
reign
so
of-
you're right. So then if that's the case, if that's the case, then I would think it would be on a per figure basis.
Yeah.
Just pay for your figures, make those figures. You don't need 5 characters.
Do you need a Keeley? No.
I mean,
Well,
She's
they-
a big
they-
part
and
of the
they-
show, but you need Lasso. You need Roy.
Roy,
You need his
Beard.
boss, Beard.
well, the thing
Have a
with
nice day.
Rebecca.
Have a nice day.
the thing with these licenses and stuff is because if the show is popular or something and like Funko approaches them or whatever, I mean, I've heard of like these things turning into like bidding wars and shit.
Oh, sure, sure.
Where I mean
Yeah.
the license gets bought up by the highest bidder, and then you're still trying to keep your customers happy, so you're creating this this pop or this piece or whatever at your standard pricing, and you're not bumping it up or anything and if you do, it's only like 25 cents a figure or 50 cents a figure or whatever, but it's costing you an arm and a leg to produce a damn thing, and when it comes down to it, you wind up losing money. I mean, it's like you said, you get so many damn licenses out there.
I would think it would make more sense to buy a temporary license and for a year run figures, and when the license is up, you don't owe the money, but then the figures become exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like you run a limited amount of figures. If you look at
I
when
could
Pops,
see that,
when
I
when you
suppose.
look at when Pops first started, you'd see them at Toys R Us for maybe a month or two, couple months, or 3 months, maybe 4 months, and then they were essentially gone, and a new batch came in.
Yeah.
And a lot of the earlier Pops are really hard to find, and they're rare for that. Like, I've got a Crow, I've got a RoboCop, I've got a Voltron. Good luck finding those anymore.
Yeah.
And they're all fetching a pretty penny. And that was part of, I think, the draw to Pops was somewhat
There are
the
people who
exclusivity.
invest in these things.
That's what I'm saying. But now you look, and it's not that hard to find stuff that's come out in the last few years. It's pretty easy to find in the secondary market, and
Yeah.
even when you find it, it's still 15,
But-
20
but-
bucks.
But shit that's come. I mean, I've noticed this just in like people that have come into Richie's store.
yeah,
I mean, it's not just the exclusives; it's the stuff that's been run the first like 2.5, 3 years of the pop culture.
and that's what I'm saying.
And
is like,
I mean, they're going for crazy money.
the first couple of years of Pops, that's like all of it is super exclusive.
Yeah.
And now the only stuff that fetches big money are the big time like exclusive stuff that they only print 7,000 for SDCC, or some convention that they get, or they do their summer stuff, But everything else is you can still find it at close to retail, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
I just
feel like
traded
it's that
it-
exclusive. Yeah.
I just traded a bunch of mine in, and I mean, one of them I remember at the Chicago Toy Show paying $30 for that thing, and
Did you have a Jetfire Pop?
no, I did
Because
not.
we found one last night for like $30. Yeah, it was really cool
No,
looking.
I did not, but
Yeah.
no, I mean I got a Shockwave that was, I mean, it was a Walmart exclusive, but I mean the thing cost me $30, and I mean I traded it in, and I didn't get shit for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I think they just again, I think they Krispy Kreme themselves. I think they took their own market and oversaturated it.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
in reality, they should have just pulled back and kept it exclusive.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I think a lot of people are going to be not exactly pulling back from it, but I think there's going to be. It sounds to me from some people I've talked to that there's going to be a lot of picking and choosing, and there's going to be a lot of walls full of pops places. So
Yeah.
Well,
but then again, there's going to be those collectors that's looking for every frickin' piece they can so they can build a house with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, but with this company now purging money, they're gonna be looking to dump. They let go a couple hundred employees already. They're starting to freak out a little bit.
Right, and you said there's other companies involved in this.
So Funko just don't own themselves. They own Mondo. They bought Mondo.
I did not know they bought Mondo.
Yeah, Mondo's part of their umbrella. If you look them up, there's
Super 7 too, right?
Super 7 is part of Funko.
That I knew. Yeah.
So with the money issues, they're going to have to start crimping these companies down.
Why, man? I really hope that like Mondo can stay doing what they're doing. I mean, they may be niche, but they've got
They might be able to break away and get under
I
somebody
was going to
else's
say
umbrella.
they've got a serious customer base.
Well, they might be going to retail because another rumor, not confirmed because I ain't nobody, because they're purging money,
hemorrhaging money. Purging is good. Hemorrhaging is bad.
Yes, they're purging employees. They're hemorrhaging money.
Well, yeah, they're forced to purge. Yeah.
There's a company out there that is rumored to really, really, really want to buy these guys to save them and save themselves, and we might know this company as GameStop.
Oh no.
GameStop is thinking about merging. Now, I told Aaron last night. What happened?
Merging or purging?
Did they even have the capital?
Well, did Sears have the capital when they bought Kmart?
Who?
No. Sears?
Who are those companies?
Exactly. It
They've
took
gone
them
by-
about 4 years
They've
before
gone
they
by
fell
the way of
apart.
venture and
Yeah.
service
Yeah.
merchandise.
So when
Yeah.
these two big boys combined to help save themselves, they fell apart because it's just so much more.
you've been hearing for a year in investment circles that GameStop is like eventually going to wind up closing. Is going to eventually wind up closing all of their brick and mortar,
Yeah.
and they're going to
Going
be online only.
Yeah.
So hang on. So let me throw something at you. So
Yeah.
we had a pretty interesting conversation with Charlie last night.
Uh-huh.
We were talking about Super 7 and how
Yeah.
he's lost thousands
Yeah.
of dollars
They can't
based
manage
on their
their
business. Do you think that Funko's acquisition of Super 7 is one of the reasons or a big contributing factor as to why they're hemorrhaging money? Because they're selling something at a price point that's not hitting. You look at the majority of Super 7 products,
Well, that's
Turtles,
another product.
Silverhawks,
Yeah.
Thundercats, they're retailing at 55. They're selling at 35.
Yes.
Nobody will buy them at 55.
No.
Yeah.
And Charlie made that point.
Yeah.
Now, some of the other stuff like Ghost, he's solid 60, 70 bucks all day. You get the one-off stuff. You like music stuff. Like, I'm all about that Cliff Burton that's coming out soon. Like, I totally want that.
That will hold its value.
That'll sell
But
at
if they
75.
have all of Metallica's bands and then Megadeth's band, then it's not going to hold because
Right.
they're just diluting everything that they do.
That's exactly right.
And
too.
you can't do that. You can't dilute your product and expect people to keep paying for it because it's worth nothing.
Right,
It's
and-
the government printing money. It's not worth anything. Funko is printing pops like they're going out of style, and they are.
Right.
And you're not going to get your $15 price point. You walk into a store and you're like, unless it's an exclusive that's limited, you're like, I'm not going to buy that Hulk because I'll come back in a month and it's going to be clearance and I'll buy it for $5 and not 15.
Yeah.
Who made the money? Nobody.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's what they're doing at stores with Motu, G.I. Joe. They're overproducing their product, but when they don't overproduce it, we complain because we can't get it and we're paying more. But when they overproduce it, we're complaining that and I'm not saying but we're complaining that we can't sustain a market value because they overproduce it. Now it's all clearance and they're not, we're not going to make this anymore because no one wants to buy it. So these companies, I don't think, understand where to go, but as consumers, we're not guiding them the way we need to guide them.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and that's and Charlie brought up, I think the key point with Super 7 is the quality issue. You know,
Yeah.
you're charging $55 and you get a ton of accessories. I mean, I've got a whole slew of, I've recollected the entire first wave of original figures from Turtles. I have the first 10 and I've got a couple extras from the second wave. And I love those figures. They look amazing. Luckily,
I broke down and I have one. I have the Ghost Starscream that I actually got from Mike.
for what? For $35.
It was part of a trade, so
Okay. Probably
It was
valued
worth-
at about 35 or 40.
I don't know where he put the price point at, but
That thing,
I
I
think
bet
it was
if you
probably
asked
close.
him, he probably traded to you at 40, but that thing retailed at 55.
Yeah.
So he lost money on that, I bet.
Smash Toys. Smash Toys is a big one. He can't. He loves them. He's a vendor for them. He buys them at like 42, 43.
Yeah, because Charlie said last night, you said like 38. Like you got him
Yeah.
at retail 38. He's like, oh no, I paid more
I think
than
it's
that.
like
So-
42, 40 plus the shipping. And that's what the gentleman at Smash said. The shipping will kill you because then you got to take that $20 shipping because they're so heavy and then add it back into the part. So you're looking at 44, 45, 46 bucks. They
Yeah.
retail for 55, so you're only making about $7. But then Super 7 blows them out because they overproduced or they're done and they made their money. So they're selling theirs at 35 or 40, but now you're going to make this vendor sell at 47 to clean his money,
Yeah.
not 55 to make money. And
Well,
by the time they get the product to the street, they're already clearancing their stuff out, and it's a big. He goes, I
And I
don't
gotta
sell
be-
Super
yeah,
7
I
anymore.
gotta
winds
be
up-
straight
it
up.
winds up being a total wash on both ends. Yeah,
and I gotta be
well,
straight
no,
up.
it
It's a
winds up
loss
being
for the-
it winds
for
up being a
the
wash
consumer.
on their end,
Yeah.
but it winds up being a stab in the back for the retailer.
And I gotta, it's just the way that I collect. I know we want to support the little guy, but if the little guy's selling it at retail,
Yeah.
and I can walk out no shipping at retail,
Yeah.
but the manufacturer is selling it on clearance,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it from the manufacturer every time because
I'm sure the retailer.
I know
knows
that product.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right.
And I'm sure.
But my
and-
thing
and-
is this.
and
My
most
thing is
retailers wouldn't blame you either.
if the retail's selling it new, that's one thing. But if the retailer's got it, somebody walked in and sold it to them, and even if they're going to sell it at the retail price, if I buy it from the manufacturer, it's sealed from the factory.
Right.
It's like buying a new car. So why wouldn't I take that opportunity at a lesser price? So
Yeah.
that's just,
Yeah.
but that's
done
why
it.
Super 7 killed their own business because
I've
they
done
did
it
that.
before. I've done it before.
So,
Yeah.
but he was right. I mean, he said that the QC issues, and they don't address the QC issues. The guy that runs Super 7 is always just brushing that off. Luckily, I've never had any. My only QC issue that I've had with any of my figures is the splinter that I just recently got. The foot, the peg, the part of the joint that goes into the foot itself would not pivot. But that's an easy fix for me. You heat it up with a heat gun or a hair dryer. I don't like the water thing. It's too messy. It
Yeah.
works, but it's too messy for me. I know how to use the blow dryer. I just basically pulled the foot apart, just kind of stuck a little stick in the foot hole, opened it up slightly, put it back together, and that thing is golden now. No problems. But
Why do you have to
wear,
do that?
Huh?
Why do you have to do that?
Because
You
I
should
couldn't get the foot to turn.
No. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that. With a
Well,
toy.
right.
Yeah, it's
right.
A quality.
For
yeah.
me, I've gotten extremely lucky with all my figures. That's the only QC issue I've had. But I know there's been other ones. Part of it being that
Hasbro and their D&D line is crap.
people don't know about heating up and pulling apart the joints to loosen them up like that, and they just keep turning until it breaks loose. But the problem is it breaks off.
Yeah.
So, and like I told
Not
Charlie,
everybody uses the same plastic, people.
No, right. It's all about the factory, as we found out from even Hasbro. Hasbro's is
Yeah.
you could say like make it out of this. That's the best part about Action Force, and Action Force proved that yes, they've had some QC issues. Scarabs broke. Honestly, the joints on the female figures, he's got a little bit of work to do on those. They're a little bit tight. People have pulled the neck joint off. They've pulled the peg off, trying to swap out heads. But he addresses those issues. But you fix your quality control, and you can charge $30. You can charge $10 more for the same 6-inch figure that Hasbro is producing if you're showing that the quality is better and you're getting the additional stuff. You get all the extra hands. You get a few extra guns. You can actually take the web gear off. The first run is a pain in the ass to put on. But he's fixed that. So you pay attention to the quality, and you can charge a little bit more for a figure. Super 7 doesn't really care. And it was like I told him last night, I was like, yeah, Super 7s are made to be displayed in boxes because the boxes are really nice.
Yeah,
but that's also part of it is
I'm leaving mine there just because it's cool looking.
I've got to take it
That's
out
the only
of
reason I got it.
I've got to take it out of a mailer box. I've got to take it out of a bag. I've got to take the sleeve off the box if I want to see the toy inside. But once you get to that point, doesn't mean that you're going to, you should leave a turd in there. You should still make your figures to be taken out of the box and played with. Even if it's for an adult collectible, because as adults, we want to sit at our desk at night.
Give it,
we want
multiple points of articulation, and somebody,
yeah,
there's a lot of us out there just want to pull it out of the box and display it.
Don't sell me a figure with 30 points of articulation. That half of the points of articulation don't function.
Correct.
So in that regard, Super 7 shot themselves in the ass. But maybe that led to Funko hemorrhaging money now and having to purge their employees, as we now know how the English language works.
Yeah. I just find it
I think it's
interesting,
part of it.
and I don't bash. I don't like Funko. I buy them because I'm an idiot, but I buy two lines. I buy Motu and I buy Hulk. That's pretty. I bought.
You
I
buy
bought
three
Rattles-
lines because you buy two separate
I
lines.
did
of
Transformers
Motu.
for a while, but I mean,
I got
the
Vic
first
Rattlehead.
The first thing I thought when I needed more space was pops are gone.
Yeah.
I'm just not a pop fan.
And I still have all my G.I. Joes, but I took them down. I don't display them anymore.
Well, the cases are really nice to display them in. They make them look nice. They're
You
not
know
all
what looks
over.
good in those cases? A bunch of G.I. Joes.
That's true.
Because I can show you pictures of that.
I just
what
found
would
it
fit in there is
interesting that-
Origins figures.
They would. Origins, maybe. No, I don't think Masterverse would fit. They're too
No, you'd have to crouch them a little bit.
big. But no, I just found it interesting that this piece of information is starting,
that's
starting to come to light because this is a big collecting corner for a lot of toy shows.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a big collecting. I mean, for
And this is going to be
for a
Beanie
lot of
Babies.
people in general.
Are these
yeah.
going to be worth nothing because or are they going to just be like, well, they're not producing them anymore, and they're going to be super valuable?
Well, and I think the bigger lines like Turtles, Silverhawks, Thundercats, and Thundercats and Silverhawks, I mean, they're not as popular as G.I. Joe Transformers from that series of 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
That stuff, I think, if you play the long game, I think you'll find them at
the
decent
notables.
prices,
Yeah.
$30 to $40. Maybe the silver vac-sealed Silverhawk that he finally decided to do because Ramen Toy did it right, that might retain value. But you look at like the offshoot stuff, like I said, like the musical stuff, like you can't find a lot of Ghost collectibles. And if you want a toy of Ghost, that's really the only, like that and the reaction figures, which $20 for those are just terrible.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
But like Conan the Barbarian, he's got some great Conan the Barbarian figures. And those are hard to find, and they're maintaining resale value.
Yeah, believe me. I mean, I roll my eyes every time I see a chance to grab one of those.
Yeah.
Because goddamn it, I want that. The original
Tulsa Doom.
the original Conan, and I do want
Without the body,
I do
but
want
yeah,
Tulsa
the war
Doom.
paint,
Yeah.
But those are the
it's-
two that I want.
Those
and
are
I
the
can't
only
find
two
them.
that I want out of that whole thing. Cause,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, I don't know.
They're just badass looking figures.
The
man.
King Conan and the throne that he comes on look cool, but who wants to pay $60 or $40 for that throne?
I want to sit on the
Yeah.
bone throne.
Yeah.
We saw that yesterday in the junk shop.
We
So.
did.
But yeah, I think if you bide your time, I think you'll be able to get Super 7s if you want them at a decent value. And I think the higher price ones will retain their value because, like with Crow stuff or Tron stuff, there's not a lot of it out there for me to get.
Yeah.
So now, for me, the thing that kind of sucks is all of these licenses that Super 7's picked up to make. It's like, dude, go pick up a Tron license and go make me a nice 6-inch super articulated Tron figure with a bunch of cool shit. But
I thought there was some good ones out there. though.
Diamond Select has a nice set of Tron figures.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the ones that I have. They made that cool 3-pack of the original type of figures. The translucent, the blue, the purple, the red. So I like those figures. I need to find a spot to go display those at home
Nice.
or here.
Speaking of like, the crazy money. Have you seen what Nika's doing with this sewer lair playset for?
I haven't looked into it.
TMNT?
I've
just
heard
real
of it.
quick. This thing is.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, get a look at this thing. They're asking
Gonna get your
$300
switchboard
for
up.
this thing, and I mean, granted, they say it's like 25 or
people are
26 inches
bitching about
long.
this.
Oh, people are having a absolute
300.
cow over this.
This is Hasbro Part 2.
I mean, I don't understand why Nika is pulling this shit. I really don't, because they're doing so well.
Yeah.
They're doing so well. I mean, they're
Yeah.
finding the
It's right
right
there.
licenses.
Oh,
they're
yeah, it's
finding the
about the
right
cartoon.
figures, and they've got the right pieces out along with those
There it is.
lines, and they're
$300
doing really
bucks.
they're doing really good with stuff. You really don't find a lot of Nika stuff on the shelves anymore
For 300
because they're producing a decent
Yeah.
collectible.
Yeah.
For
And then
$300, there should be multiple rooms. The TV room, a training dojo.
But look at the stupidity already.
Yeah.
$600 for that.
Hey, dude, you could pay $25 a month for 2 years for a toy. Why not? It's almost like a car now.
I mean, but there are diehards out there that are going, no fucking way I'm paying that.
Yeah.
They'll make their
No
own
way.
out of a
Yeah,
out of
I
a
mean,
come on.
shoebox.
For the detail of the
Michael,
pipes.
Michael French from Retro Blasting, he did a kind of an I'm bored thing the other day, live stream the other day, and he was saying, why don't you 3D print it?
But I mean, look at
There's
the,
just so many people out there.
You could buy a printer for less.
They're gonna 3D print this. Why the fuck would you buy it?
I'm going to try to do this both sarcastically, but honestly with a merit of seriousness. Like, look at the detail in here. This isn't worth $300. Like, you got the sewer pipe that runs along the ceiling, and it actually kicks out and runs along one of the walls. You've got the one-way sign slightly on an angle. You've got the blue chair. You've got the books holding up one side of the TV, which was how it was in the cartoon.
Yeah.
The detail is amazing, but it's not $300.
It is not $300. I
Now-
mean, there's a couple of people that said that they might pay $2 for it.
Now,
Might.
I do notice a detail on this that may
150. I think it would move.
Okay, look at the wall here. See the little pegs coming out of the wall, and there's
Yeah.
pegs coming out of this wall.
Modular.
Yeah, I was
Now-
gonna say this looks like there's probably gonna be some modular.
There's
There's-
well,
there's-
no. Here's
There's
here's
peg holes in
I'm
the
gonna-
bottom.
There's peg holes in the bottom. You can't take this. You can't take this room and put it together, but you can take another half of it and put it together.
put it together,
So
yeah.
right. So they're building another side of this. That's going to be another $300, which is probably the training dojo side.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to end up
But-
paying $600 to recreate a
But why?
scene of them in the sewer.
But
Well, that's my
why?
point. Make this 150. Make the other side 150. It's 300 total for the whole thing.
Well, yeah. I mean that might actually be worth the money because the time and the effort.
It's definitely a lot closer to the value.
Yeah.
Right. The time and the effort to actually put into that to 3D print it and paint it up.
Well, and here's the
just-
thing.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't look like even the holes in the wall has a black background. It doesn't look like it actually goes through. So you can't even stage like a turtle walking in through the door. It's like, oh, hey, guys.
Well, I don't know.
or-
It's got a black background behind it, so that might be.
yeah, but if you look at this wall here, this hole on this wall, on the side wall, it's the same unicolor black. It's not. It doesn't look like it's. It doesn't look like it's like changing shades of gray or whatever with the backdrop behind it. But I could be wrong. Maybe this one looks like it is a hole. Maybe it is a hole. I don't know.
maybe. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But still, I mean,
Kinda hard to
I just want to talk about it. Just want to throw that out. There's tons of videos out there of people bitching about this thing and talking in more detail about it. Just look around for it.
Yeah.
You can, but I just wanted to bring it up. I just thought I thought it was ridiculous as hell.
But I mean, so like you got Nika, you got that for $170. You can do the street diorama scene. Not necessarily just for turtles. It's for anybody like
I
Predator.
like turtles.
Oh,
I mean, and
need
really,
that for the
really,
Joker.
honestly, if you do that and you do a little bit of playing around in like in some sort of CAD program that you can create the files for a 3D printer. I mean, it really wouldn't take that much work. It would
No.
just, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a spool and a half of filament, which is, I mean, you can get a good filament for $27 a roll.
So here's how it's
You know?
actually posted on their website. So it looks like it might be modular. This stuff can be can be like moved around, changed in and out. Because the TV's not in here, but obviously the pictures are on the wall. The sign, the chair, but the couch is in a different position. There's no TV on here. There's the TV. So yeah, it looks like you can move the stuff around. It's a different setup. Was it 22 feet by a foot tall and
By 15 inches
a
deep.
little over a foot deep? Yeah. Look at this. See, the pipes are different. So something's not right here.
Yeah, I wonder if that guy's deal in there was like something he made.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the bricks in the wall look different and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not modular. So something's not right here. So maybe we looked at the wrong one to begin with.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, this is worth $300.
Yeah.
Look at the dents in the pipes. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And we know the way out. So,
Yeah, I mean, as good as it looks, man, I just don't.
yeah,
I don't think
it's
it's
just,
worth it.
Yeah, I just don't know. Really? You're going to charge me $300 and tell me I got to build the pipes?
Yeah, fuck that. No, so yeah. What else we got going on?
Yeah,
Oh.
so PowerCon was last week.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk more about that, and I think I'll probably just throw some blurbs up this week about. There's lots of people talking about what was going on at PowerCon too, but one of the highlights I think was Ramen Toy. 3POA did a couple of video blurbs with him. With Ace from Ramen Toy, and he really showed off some great stuff, man. The two ramen racers that were there, he was showing those off. They were just really well done, really well done. There's going to be another piece coming out for the Machina line or the mask or whatever, yeah. And there's just, and this I thought was really cool. If you bought the 3-piece set of the I'm sorry.
The Top Gun?
No, go back to the Aces of Aviation. Right there.
Yeah.
If you bought the 3-piece set of the Aces of Aviation, because they got a cease and desist on the head sculpt for the likeness of
Tom Skerritt?
Tom Cruise. That if you bought the
That's
3-piece
Tom Cruise?
if
This
you
is.
no, they can't show him because they got a cease and desist on the likeness. Tom Cruise himself came forward and put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Yes,
But that also looks
they
like Skerritt, doesn't it?
they already have a shit ton of heads produced. Well, not shit ton, but a bunch.
Yeah.
So if you were at PowerCon and you ordered the 3, it might have extended after, but if you ordered the 3-piece set, you got some extras that went along with it, and one of them is that head sculpt because he can't sell them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just sign a deal with Tom? That's cool.
He tried, from what I understood, he tried to get
You don't
a
have
deal
enough
going
money.
with whoever, with the people who own
Top Gun.
the Maverick and Top Gun and all that stuff. But I guess Tom Cruise was the one that put
Well, Tom Cruise
was-
still has to sign off on the likeness.
right, because he owns his own likeness.
Right. He does?
But
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
Now, I like what they did here with the Masterverse head, the Dolph Lundgren head. And a long time ago, I saw a post that he was going to actually make a correct-looking head for Falcon for Classified. But I still can't find it here on the website.
I think they're still working on it.
All right. Because I want to pre-order that. I don't want to miss out like you did.
What's that?
You missed out on the
maybe
Ramen Toy heads.
Maybe I'll put the word out to him and see if he'll respond to me. Because I know about that too. Who knows? Maybe Hasbro came after him for that.
Yeah, who knows?
But man, this toy company is really up and coming. They got some really great stuff.
See, that's kind of tricky, though. I mean, how would that work? Because Falcon's a fictional character, and he's not based on any real person.
See, I don't understand that
and,
either.
and nobody
because
owns that likeness but Hasbro,
yeah.
but it's such a general-looking likeness.
I don't understand that either because Mattel had the likeness, the supposed likeness for Dolph Lundgren for that movie
For
figure.
He-Man, right,
For the
for the
He-Man,
He-Man
right.
character.
And I mean that head sculpt looks more like Dolph Lundgren than anything that Mattel ever put out.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like Dolph, man. That looks like a young Dolph.
Even the one he did for Origins.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you just can't. And there's a lot of people that are getting theirs, and they think they look great.
yeah.
They're really happy with them.
So
But yeah, I mean, keep an eye on Ramen Toy, man. They really got some great stuff coming
Yes.
around.
All right. What else did you want to get to? We got a few minutes.
Yeah, I got some other things, but I
or did
think
you
I'll just
get-
do some blurbs this
Did you
week.
hit all your talking points?
I
from
did.
today?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
I
going
did.
to talk about some Hasbro Pulse stuff, but we're running out of time. So
What have you got? What do you want to talk about?
Actually, just real quick, the Masterpiece Missing Link C01 and C02, the Optimus Prime with trailer, the one that's the multi-articulated piece that looks like the G1 toy.
They already fixed his shoulders.
Oh God, I'm English and I'm in the United States.
That right
guy
there.
here?
I don't care what I have to do. I have got to have that.
DK already fixed his shoulders.
If you
So when you put his arms up,
Yeah.
his shoulders are touching his head
if you
Oh,
want to,
really?
because he's so articulated. So they gave him butterfly joints, and you can, like what you do with all the upgrades.
Yeah.
So you could put his arms out. So now his arms, when they go up, they're like ours. Our shoulder aren't hitting our ears.
if you want to give me a little scratch for a few weeks until you pay this off, I can get you free shipping and pre-order this for you.
Dude, I might have you do that.
All right.
I might
It's
have
not like
you
I've
do
never
that.
done it before, Black Zarak.
Yeah. No, I mean,
No,
I got
seriously.
I have
mean,
to.
I
I
pay
have
the-
to. I have to find. I have to find a way to get the money, but I'm definitely getting the one with the trailer though.
Yeah, that one was like 130, right?
No, it's like 119 or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
BBTS has them for the $119.99. You know, pay until they come out next year.
Yeah, but I could get you free shipping versus
$4.
$4.
With everything else you buy.
Yeah, that one. The master. The C.
oh, this guy with the
01,
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that thing. It's got an ab crunch for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah,
That's
that
actually
was
really
that
cool.
actually caught my eye, and I thought that was cool. I'm like, I might need to get that.
He still looks like the G1 toy with a little bit of the cartoon going in there. And I love the way that the robot section is removable.
Yeah.
Yeah, comes out. Yeah.
But it's the same scale as the G1 truck and trailer.
just
Far
better articulated.
Super articulated and it transforms exactly like the actual G1 toy.
there you go. There's the pose, and the hands are articulated.
And the hands
too.
are articulated as well.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they fixed his damn hand cannon, so he doesn't have to hold the peg in front of the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? They didn't give him articulated toes. I'm out.
Yeah, they did.
No, they gave him
articulated
articulated feet,
toes.
but not
Okay.
articulated toes. No, I'm just kidding.
I see what you're talking about.
No, honestly, if you guys ever see anything on Pulse, I mean, probably more you than him because you're Transformers. But if you ever see anything on Pulse, I mean, we can work out something. You can pay me for it. I'll get you the free shipping. I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll have to find.
I pay the
find
$50
some
a
way.
year. It's not like I'm looking for you guys to like pitch in. Oh, give me $10 for a share of the. You know, like it's worth it to me. I mean, all the shit I buy off of Pulse, it's $8 to ship. I buy 4-5 products. It pays for itself. But honestly, for me, being a collector and getting access to things early with the Prime membership, $50 is worth it to me. I mean, and again, if I can buy something from the manufacturer at retail or less, I will. So,
I mean, it's like I said, it's
Just keep it in mind.
Payment's not collected, and it's not coming out till next year. So
pre-order by 9. So
pre-order
you,
by
you
9/7,
can
but it's
pre-order
not.
it. Yeah,
But it's not coming out till next year, and payment isn't collected until it ships. So.
right. So
So yeah, I might have you do that.
if you're confident, I could do it now. Be a show first. I mean, I could.
Yeah.
bu-
No,
Here.
we can't. I can't do it on video. I have to have plausible deniability.
I say I could do it. I could always cancel it.
See, that's
Before
the
it
other.
ships.
That's the other thing too. If I can't come up
Yeah.
with the money, but
Payment will be collected once item is ready to ship. Not available to. It's a good thing we don't live in Quebec.
yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Estimated ship date subject to change. Items may ship earlier or later than anticipated. Honestly, they've been on a pretty decent roll of shipping.
Well,
earlier
I
than
just pre-ordered mine, so haha.
But now there's proof.
I bought 6 of them. I'm
Just
gonna
like the
resell
item
them.
that you purchased yesterday that I wanted the tag so I could just be like, hey, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I could always
Yeah.
get one from Ron for $390.
See?
Yeah. Dude, $390. You think he's going to sell it that low?
Nice.
Anyways,
Anywho,
Yes.
we got a biz house.
Yes, we do.
we are just about out of time on the video camera, so I need to get a bigger card in this damn thing.
This looks cool.
But yeah, that's really neat. But I mean, not for me, but it's really neat. Pretty cool.
It's almost like a robot from space. Oh shit, they're from space anyways.
Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for us this week. Look for us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Amazon Music. You can also see us on YouTube. Hit us with a like. Throw us a comment. please subscribe. We need those subscriptions so we can start live streaming. Hit your friends up.
Well, and the
have them check us out. What's that?
The exciting thing about the live streaming is if we live stream, we're actually going to start to go out to Mr. Wayne's. And we're going to go
out to
different places and live stream from those shops.
Yes,
so
that's right.
We want to get out there with the people, live stream, come out and see us, self-support the business.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get some people some.
I'll sign your forehead. That's all I sign. I only autograph foreheads.
Maybe we'll be able to get help some people out with their purchases in store. You never know.
Yeah, maybe some problems
See
too.
how it works,
we can help them out with their problems.
Yeah, so we want to get the live streaming going. So we'd like to live stream.
We'll have the psychiatrist booth 5 cents.
Yeah. Actually, there was a psychic at the show last night, and I was
There
like, we
was.
should go talk to her and see if we're going to find our toys.
But anyway, we have been our toy addictions.
Yes, we have.
Peace out, folks. Keep the collecting going. Keep this.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Keep the fun alive.
I forgot I got my Jesus Christ figures
keep
pre-ordered still.
Keep supporting them. Keep supporting them little guy shops out there, and we will talk to you all soon.
See ya.
See ya.
Last word.